morning, y'all. I've been given a moment for my videos to come up when I'm going live because I see that often it cuts off the very beginning of my videos. So I'm going to give just a few minutes for everybody to come in. Come on in. Come on in my room. Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes out all of my scripture. He gives me all of my medicine in my room. So I'm giving y'all time to come on in the room this morning. Let's get started. As y'all can see, I'm hyped. We got 3 more days with these kids that belong to y'all, and we sending them back to the house. And this is half days. So we got half day yesterday, half day today, half day on Friday, half day tomorrow, and half day Friday. So today is Tuesday, May the 20th. No, today is Wednesday, May the 20th. Yesterday was Tuesday. Sorry, y'all. My days and stuff are all like running together. I had so much stuff going on. Like literally, I was telling my friends that I have no clue how I made it from January to May. Like when I look back at all the stuff I had to do, all the work that I had to do, all the traveling with my son, like I looked at my picture from the other day. I took a selfie of me getting ready to graduate. And when I posted it, everybody's texting. They like, man, you look so pretty. You look so this, you look so that. And I accept the compliment. But when I looked at my eyes, I thought to myself, I look tired. Like I could feel the exhaustion have kicked in. And when we were leaving the graduation and we were riding to get something to eat, my friend said, you know, you so tired, you falling asleep over there. And I said, yeah, I think my body is just winding down from all that I've been through. But anyway, I was kind of just chatting for a minute to give a moment for those of you to join. So thank you so much for joining in this morning. And I wanted to chat a little bit about, I thought about talking about relationships, but I listened to a video this morning, y'all, and I just found it quite interesting. So one of the things that I've noticed, everybody is talking about AI certification, AI certification. And you can tell like we are definitely being pushed into a AI generation. There are a lot of components that are being pushed to eliminate the human need or the need for human capacity in jobs. And in some ways, I can understand because, for instance, one of the challenges when I've spoken with people in HR concerning jobs at like Walmart, when I have had to complain about them not having enough registers open or something like that, one of the things that the managers have said is that they cannot get people to come to work. And when they would, you know, they raise their wages and things of that sort. But, you know, naturally, we wouldn't expect for someone that's running a cash register to make the same money that someone that has gone to school to get a degree to make. But I do see where there is a need for businesses to remain open in order to be able to service, to keep their businesses going. So a portion of places like Walmart and Kroger and Publix putting in the automated or the self-checkouts is because they could not get workforce to work during the hours. A lot of times that is peak time, especially what the representatives at Walmart have explained to me is especially on like holiday weekends, you know, holiday days. People will call in during those times. Well, that's the company's peak time that they're making their money. And so, and I'm going somewhere with this, so stay with me. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Okay, I see some different comments coming in, but I'll have to check that when I get to a place to pause. And so, as we look at the technology, for instance, there was a McDonald's not too far from one of the schools that I worked at a few years ago. And when I went in one morning, they had put a kiosk in there. So now, if you go in most McDonald's, and I think Wendy's as well, they have any new store that they're remodeling. And I don't know if Chick-fil-A is going to move to this as well. But any stores that you go in, they now have, and I would say that Chick-fil-A may not because they like to keep that personal touch. Um, but any McDonald's that you go in, they now have a kiosk. So they do have a place where you can go up to the counter and order, but most of them are pushing you to put the order in on the kiosk while they are using the workers that they have to actually work behind the counter. And people may not be paying attention, but what that is doing, that one kiosk do what probably 4 or 5 employees would normally be doing at that time. So when you think about that process, that just eliminated multiple jobs for multiple shifts. So, okay, we eliminate those jobs. Where do those people then go to find a job? And the reason that I thought about this concept, and you guys on this strip that I'm on, I went back and listened to a couple of my videos. I think that sometimes you guys lose me. I'm going to try to capture where I'm at when that happens. So I'll kind of know to pause in that place and know how to manage my videos a little bit better since I'm doing the lives mostly in the mornings now. But those kiosks are taking away jobs. Well, the video that I watched was talking about the new AI systems that are going into U.S. cars in 2027. There was obviously, and that's why we need to be paying attention, including myself. Sometimes I'm not as in tune with the legislation that's coming down. Sorry, guys, the sun is always so bright. But they were saying in 2021, there was a bill that was passed and it went through, it was signed off on, that will require that all 2027 vehicles that are built for the United States will have to have this AI eye recognition in it. And in this AI procedure, I guess it's supposed to be quote unquote because they say it's for one thing, but it's for something else. Because I already feel like they listening to everything that we say. They watching everything that we do. Like, I feel like that's already happening. We just may not be in tune with that happening. But this AI system is supposed to be where, like, just like I'm talking to you guys. But if you ever look at my videos, I'm rarely looking at the actual camera. I got my eyes on the road and I am paying attention to my driving process because I got my mic and you guys can hear me. What it's saying is, if your eyes come off of the road, the vehicle is going to be equipped to tell you that I'm going to stop this vehicle. I'm going to decrease your speed and fix it where you can't press the gas pedal so that the vehicle will not be operable. Now, I will tell you, I have a 2021, and this is the new vehicle that I've ever owned. Prior to this vehicle, I had a 2016 Camry, and my baby just started giving me so many problems. It was just too much for me to maintain. I just couldn't keep up with the maintenance on it. So I don't really like this 2021 as much as I did the 2016. And I don't like this 2021. I used to have a 2014, I think it was 2014 Honda Pilot. I loved that car. And when I say I loved it, I loved that car. I loved the features on it. I loved how it rode. I love that car. This is a 2021 Honda Pilot. I love this car, but there's a but. Some of these features, such as that automatic brake feature, I don't like it because sometimes this vehicle will break when I'm really just not even that close to the car, but the sensors are sensing that I'm coming close to a vehicle. Now, anybody that knows me, my girlfriends call me driving Miss Daisy because they say, oh no, we're not riding with you. You're going to drive the speed limit and you just slow, because that's just who I am. But I'm saying that to say I'm never typically that close to a vehicle. But in the location where I live, sometimes when we're traveling in traffic, you in afternoon traffic, you're going to be bumper to bumper. That there's no option for that. So the vehicle is going to be moving. It might seem like I'm moving close to them, but usually I try to keep at least a car's length between me and the vehicle in front of me. Especially when we're in traffic like that, in case we do come to a stop and I don't want to be caught in a pileup. But these new vehicles are going to have this AI recognition to it. Now, my concern would be that, well, I got a lot of concerns. In my mind, I'm trying to think, well, who are these people that are approving these things? Because, not only will these things affect us as the little people that's down here on the ground, it's going to affect the people that's driving their own vehicles as well. So the people that are making these laws and passing them through, in my mind, I'm thinking, what are you thinking when you make this decision? Because you didn't think that it was going to affect you. Because if you're driving a new vehicle, you're going to have that same problem. And my point is, it seems to me that it is more a point of control. It's also my understanding that these vehicles are going to have, y'all know we got these GPS systems in these cars. Well, navigation system, there's a history that goes along with that. Every time you navigate, you put in your computer where you're going, what you did, it's going to register in that vehicle. These cars now are so smart, they're registering everything that we're doing. So it's going to register, but they're talking about, there's also these surveillance cameras that are being put up in different cities. And they're calling them surveillance cameras for, I guess, police assistance or police help, so that if something happens, the police departments can surveillance the areas. So for instance, here in Atlanta, we're getting ready to have the big, what is it, FIFA, the big soccer World Cup is coming to Atlanta. So that means that every police department is going to be on alert. Everybody going to be working during those, I guess it's like 60 days. And they're going to have everybody on alert, trying to make sure people are safe and things of that sort. Well, they have these big rooms, like computer rooms, where they got all these surveillance cameras that they're watching. And they're looking at what is going on. They're saying, and when I say they're, according to the video that I saw, they're saying that these cameras are going to be able to basically surveillance you just in case. So you might be a person like myself. I don't, drive fast. I don't do anything like that. But I might, swerve every now and then, or have a situation where something fall down and I might go to pick it up and I might not have my eye on the road at that moment. But these cameras are going to surveillance you just in case. And so what some of the people that are fighting back in reference to it, they're saying that privacy is being evaded. Privacy is being tapped into. Good morning. And thank you guys. They're saying that privacy is being, basically taken away from you. And you could possibly be included in something that you really didn't have anything to do with. Now, I will tell you, with some of this AI that I've seen, I've been concerned with that happening to people just in general. Somebody could make it seem like you were a part of something that you really didn't have anything to do with it. But because AI is so technology savvy, and people spend their life figuring out a way to make someone else's life hard or challenging, like, fraud is no longer just a small component anymore. Like, there are people who literally get up and they plan their day by scamming people. Like, to me, it's just a lot of stress. That, like, there has to be a lot to constantly have a way that you get up to figure out how you're going to get over on someone. And I've been scammed. I tried to learn, just to give you guys some insight. I tried to learn about the whole Bitcoin and trading market a few years back. It was after my separation and divorce, and I was trying to look at some ways to make some additional money. And I knew a couple of young people that had really gotten into trading, and they were doing really well. You know, they were doing day trading, and they had just mastered the market. What I really came to realize is that the learning curve for me, my desire to make money is not that high. Like, my desire to be rich or to be wealthy, it's not that high, which means my drive for that is very low. Like, I'm very comfortable with where I am. And the plan that I have in place right now, if I never get married again, if I don't meet my person, and he and I come together and we continue to build a life for the rest of my life, the plan that I have in place right now, within the next 10 years, I'll be debt free. And if I can do it strategically, it might be within the next 7. And the only reason it's going to take me that long is because my baby is now going off to college. And once he gets through this first degree, I help him with the first degree. Anything after that is on him. But, and to be honest, that child, both my boys, all my boys, really, they have a plan. Like, I feel like I'll live a very good life. My kids will reach back and take care of me because I've been really good to my kids. But I'm saying that to say that I don't have a desire to make money that much. Like, even the things that I've often wanted to do didn't have anything to do with me wanting to make money. It had everything to do with me wanting to just do what I love doing. So there were times that I had the entertainment business, and the event planning business, and those things were only because I enjoyed doing events. I enjoy doing weddings. I enjoy doing baby showers. Now, I don't enjoy it as much as I used to because it's a lot of work. But it wasn't about how much money that I could make, which means that the drive for me doing that had nothing to do with the dollar factor that was associated with it. And so I'm saying that to say, for me, I don't see that I will be affected by some of these changes as much as people who may have financially scaled themselves out of being able to choose a life that's going to be a little bit more off the grid. And I'm looking strongly at, you guys have heard me talk about on some of my previous videos, looking strongly at possibly, just getting some of my family land and living a very comfortable and easy life my latter years. And that's just because I don't want the stress that goes along with what I'm seeing in life now. So, let's think about some of these things that are being done. I want to know, what do you guys think about the new AI systems that are coming forth? What do you all think about it being mandatory for eye recognition to be in your vehicle? And one lady said she was in Europe or something. I think she said she was in Europe and she was traveling. She said, I'm making this video because it actually happened to me. She said she went to Europe. She rented a vehicle, and I guess she put the vehicle on. She wanted it to translate in English. And she said the person told her, oh, this is a brand new car. She said it was a 2026 over there. And she said it was like, wow, this is great. Nobody's driven the car, like I'll be the first one to kind of put it on the road. And she said she was driving the vehicle, and she said she was short. She's a shorter person. So she kind of sits lower in the seat. And she said the car, she was pressing the gas and the car would not go. She said she was pressing the gas and the car then gave her a message and said, I cannot see you or I can't recognize you. Please sit up in the seat. And she said she was like, I'm already sitting up in the seat. Like, what are you talking about? And then she was like, who is I? I mean, I'm kind of laughing about it because it was just the way she was telling the story. But guys, what do we think about people watching us and we don't even know that we're being watched? It just makes me think about a lot of the movies and stuff that we've seen, sci-fi movies and things of that sort that we have seen over the years. Is now we are living in those very moments of things that we once used to watch just on the videos or the movies. So I'm concerned because if I don't really care for the technology that's in this car, I'm going to tell you the other piece of technology that I don't like. I know they did it for environmental purposes. I cannot stand that shut on, shut off when you come to a stop sign or when you stop at a red light, or I don't like that feature. When the car comes back on, I'm sorry guys, my sinuses are a little agitated. When the car comes back on, a lot of times it makes me feel like the transmission is not shifting properly. And for many people, that may not mean anything. But with me coming from a family where the men in my family mostly worked on their own cars, and I was accustomed to certain things as it came to tech, as it came to um, transmissions and engines and all that different stuff, I don't really like the way that the engine shifts. I know it may be a new technology. They may say that it's easier or it's a smoother shift. It really doesn't to me. A lot of times the transmission feels like, and my brother keeps telling me, he said, girl, you just got to get used to the technology. You got to get used to it. It's a computer. It's a computer, girl. It's no longer just what do you say? It's no longer just a regular transmission. It's a computer telling it to go, to stop. It's a computer. You got to wait for that computer to switch over. And so, I got to get used to that new technology. But, with the plan that I have in place, I won't be driving like this for a long, long time anyway. Maybe the next 5 years or so. Like I said, my 10-year plan, if my baby can work out these scholarships like we're trying to do, it's going to even be sweeter. So I just want to know, what do you guys think about the new technology? Like, do you have a new vehicle? If you do, or a newer vehicle, if you do, what do you think about the technology? Do you typically leave that? Because I normally turn it off. I didn't turn it off this morning because of the route that I took. But I normally turn that technology off that makes the car cut on and cut off. I really can't stand it. It gets on my last nerve. And it makes sense too. Like, I didn't know when people, before I got this car, I didn't know why sometimes people be at a stop sign or a red light and you're like, why they don't take off? Well, it's really not them. It's the car. You have to take your foot off the brake within a certain amount of time. So you really got to kind of time the light so that you can take your foot off just a few seconds before, so that it actually, will turn back on for you. So I'm going to look at a few of my comments, guys. Hello and good morning. Thank you so much for my hearts. I appreciate that. Okay, you just liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. Thank you for sharing. But guys, I really just want to know, what do y'all think? And I also realize that when I get here, sometimes I think the connectivity is not as good. When I've gone back and watched the videos, this part right here gets a little wonky, and it seems like it blurs a little bit when you guys are here with me. But it's almost time for me to be inside, but I at least wanted to just I wanted to see, like, maybe you guys jump in the comments. And again, I can't see the comments after I come off the live. I do not have a clue how to come back and see all my comments. So if I'm rushing or something like that, I don't get a chance to respond to you guys. Please know that it's not because I'm not interested. It's simply because I did not get a chance to actually comment while I was on the live. And I will try to go back to doing my Thursday nights. But I have just found, maybe like once I'm on the summer break, I might do Thursday nights, or, I might come up with a different time for the summer. But for the most part, I just have found that it's been really easy to do my videos in the mornings while I'm on my way here. It does not take up the space on my phone. And as I mentioned on yesterday, guys, I'm going to take a little break. But what I'm going to do is my live videos, I am then going to release them. So I'm going to have content to release, but it's going to be previews from previous times. But I'll be releasing something every day versus just doing a live. Because right now it kind of looks like I haven't been doing anything when I have. But I just haven't been posting them because honestly, I just had not had the time to go out there and put a title on it and then actually release the video to you guys. So I hope that you guys have an awesome day. Jump in the comments, give me some feedback on what you think about this new AI process that they're going to be putting in vehicles starting in 2027. And also, what do you think about the surveillance cameras that have been put up in different cities, as well as the new technology that we're dealing with in the cars, the technology inside of the stores? And it's my understanding that I read somewhere that it said that Walmart is looking at taking out the self scanners. I think that in some ways they lost money because people were figuring out ways to steal. So they are going back to human checkout lines. But just give me your feedback. I just wanted to find out what you guys like about that. And guess what, y'all? We got 3 more days. And then the kids are only here half day. So yesterday, like, it was interesting, them leaving at like 12 o'clock. They didn't know what to do with themselves. They were happy. We were happy. All right, y'all. Have an awesome day. Bye.